Hey guys, Motorcycle Prepper here. Today I'm going to talk about another survival kit that I made out of this Maxpedition, I believe this is the Beefy organizer. I built this kit on the premise of, everybody has a get-home bag, but get-home bags are so big that most of the time people keep them in the trunk of the car because you always want it to be there. Well, what if you get in some kind of car accident or you careen off the road or anything like that and you can't get to the trunk of the car? What are you going to do if you're stuck out there? Well, I built this kit to where it's big enough to sustain a person for a night or two, but it's small enough to slide under the seat of your car, so it's always there. So let's take a look inside here. Okay, this is all the contents laid out here. Okay, I'm going to start on this side and go across. So here I have the Through Night TI3, which I like. It's pretty decent modes. Goes up to 120 lumens. And most of the time I'm wearing a hat of some sort so I can flip it around. And I now have a headlamp. So if I need to walk somewhere, I have a headlamp along with a flashlight. Okay, I've got 4 safety pins here for repair anything you would need. I have an extra battery for the flashlight. I have a 1 liter water bag for water purification since I can't really put a stainless steel container in here. I have a Night Eyes figure 9, and that's to help me set up a quicker ridge line for a shelter. It's easier to just add a few little extra things and make it easier to set up. Because if you can set it up really easily when you're not under stress, you want to be able to set it up as easy as possible when you're under stress. Behind here I have a square foot of aluminum foil, kind of as a fire base, if need be. Here I have, this is the Leatherman Style PS. I mainly got it for the pliers, for the most part. It has a cap lifter, carabiner. It has a little pair of scissors which work really well. And it has a nail file with a screwdriver. Also has a little set of tweezers. So, the most common tool you're going to need other than a knife is a little pair of pliers. So going to the back here, I have a strip of highly reflective orange duct tape for signaling or for just the use of duct tape. Always comes in handy. I have a couple alcohol swabs for, sterilizing a knife, sterilizing around a wound. You can crack them open and you can use them as fire starters as well. And this little bag back here, excuse me, I have a bunch of aqua tabs to go with the water bag to purify my water. I also have, get in here, quite a few of these Medlight tabs. And these are good for, they kind of act like little rehydration tabs, kind of like little Gatorade tabs, I guess would be the best way to describe it. And I've got quite a few in there along with the aqua tabs, so I figured I'd purify the water first and go along with the aqua tabs, or the Medlight tabs, to kind of get that water to go like the extra, give you the little bit of an extra boost in like electrolytes and all that. Okay, in the back here I have SOL 2-person heat sheet. I've got a little assortment of Band-Aids along with some more alcohol swabs a blood stopper gauze pad, and I believe this is like a 2x2 gauze pad. Just kind of little minor scrapes and cuts. You can kind of get away with a little bit heavier bleeders with the blood stopper and the gauze pad. And then lastly, packed down on the bottom here, I have a 55-gallon drum liner as my main shelter. There's a way where you can cut along the seam at the bottom, kind of open it up like a whole open bag, run your ridge line through the center of it, and basically make a tube tent out of it. And then you've got a couple emergency blankets to kind of retain your heat in there. Okay, now we're going to go to this side. I have another 2-person heat sheet because it fit in there, and I thought, well, if I had another person with me, I can at least keep both of us warm. I have a straw to a water filter straw. I have a couple lengths of paracord to be used with the figure 9 as a quick ridgeline setup. I have a small, this is the little Bushcraft Essentials little pocket stove. It was small enough to fit in there, and I thought if you needed to have a fire inside a shelter, why not keep it very small to excuse me, to sorry, I'm losing the word here, kind of use your fuel sparingly. And here it's a little M&M case with little Coghlan's fuel tabs. I believe there's 5 in there, so they can be used for a fire starter, or if you had a stainless steel bottle with you, you could set that on the little stove there and use these to boil your water. This can be paired with other stuff, but I can still purify my water with the bag and the aqua tabs. So there's that. Okay, I have 3, 4 of these twisting tarp clips. I got this idea from Chris Tanner from Prepared Mind 101, and it'll just help me set up my shelter a lot easier. Here is the other part to that water filter straw. It's just a little Frontier filter straw. So not only do I have the water bag and the aqua tabs to purify my water, I have a filter straw as well. Okay, next I have a large roll of, this is 4-strand paracord. So it's a lot thinner than regular paracord. It's about half the strength, but you know, you're not going to go rappelling anywhere with paracord anyways, so there's a lot more in here than there would be in the same size roll of the 7-strand paracord. Okay, I have I think that's probably about 2-foot piece of rubber tubing. You can make a slingshot out of it. You could use it as a straw. You could tie it around something as a makeshift tourniquet. There's just a ton of uses for that. Here I have my Cold Steel large Voyager Tanto. Now I couldn't really fit a fixed blade in here, but with this triad lock that Cold Steel has, it's not as strong as a fixed blade, but I've taken these Cold Steels and batoned through wood with them, so if you need to do the heavy duty work, these knives can take them. And they fold up. Okay, next I have a live fire. Figured if I needed some sort of candle, or if I'm out there for a longer period of time, could sparingly use this to light a fire each night. It's pretty easy to light. Okay, I'm going to go into this one first. This is my fire kit. which has a Fresnel lens in the top. I have some more alcohol pads. I have a Bic lighter. I have a Zip fire starter, which is basically a bunch of compressed wood soaked in kerosene. So that's a really good fire starter. I have a UST Spark Force ferro rod. I have some Tinder Quicks. I have some live fire cord. Another little bit of foil there, probably a square foot. Some jute twine. And a couple trick birthday candles in the bottom. So tons of ways to start a fire there. Set that aside. Lastly, there's this little tin. Now a lot of this kit was already in here. This was originally a survival tin from Survival Resources. So I'll put a link in the description box below. Be sure to check out his website. And in here I've got a match striker. I've got some more Tinder Quicks. I have some brass wire, a little glow stick, a razor, a saw, a compass, a space pen refill. There's a couple kinds of matches in there, a small Scout keychain size ferro rod. I have some heavy duty fishing line with a sewing kit, or a fishing kit that also has a couple safety pins and a needle in there. A couple more safety pins in the bottom, a whistle, and down in the bottom there is a signal mirror. So I do have some redundancies in here, but granted, I packed this kit, overpacked this kit for one person in the chance that if I had to, escape the vehicle and go set up a shelter somewhere, chances are I'm probably going to be with someone else, so it's enough stuff to sustain 2 people. And that's my kit. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to hit like, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more videos.